Batman the movie is directed by Tim Burton, and it stars Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Kim Basinger. And with me to talk about it is my partner in crime, Jack Campbell.
We're coming to you live from London.
That's right. We are in London right now. We say hi to the nice United Kingdom. They are so nice and blessed for us to be here, us two Americans. But we are actually going to be going to Germany in about an hour.
Cheers.
So, there you go. But we're going to talk about Batman today, about Michael Keaton being the star of this film, and I love Michael Keaton being Batman. I think he is the best Batman out there. Not as, of course, Adam West has the campiness to him, but wouldn't you agree that he's probably the best?
Yeah,
even Christian Bale was kind of like.
He's that pizzazz in that you can never take away from the Batman series. It's just embedded, ingrained into it.
Right, and then you look at Nicholson's Joker, and it's like, okay, Heath Ledger is the best Joker. We get that, but Jack Nicholson brings his.
He set the baseline for it.
There you go, and the rest of the whole plot was kind of, I mean, Tim Burton kind of made it dark. He wanted a darker interpretation of Batman. It wasn't dark, but I didn't like how the Joker killed Batman's parents, because that never happened in the comics. And also, Vicky Vale being let into the Batcave. I don't think that was great at all.
I think that's like a stupid idea to do.
Exactly, but the special effects were cool. The Batmobile is amazing. I have no problem with the Batmobile. I think Vicky Vale being Bruce's love interest was kind of,
He'd be better off than others.
But Tim Burton directing a Batman film, I could never really see until actually seeing this movie. And then, of course, when you see Batman Returns, it gets kind of darker, and they focus more on the villains. Just like this one, I think the Joker has more screen time than what Batman does, and it kind of takes away from the whole fact that the movie is called Batman and not the Joker. But what do you think of the film overall?
I think they downplayed the darkness that they could have. I mean, the film could have been a lot darker. Jack Nicholson should have showed his more dastardly side, with less of a Bruce's outgoing. I think the love interest though was kind of BS. I mean, you don't bring a lady into some secret bat cave.
Right.
That's millions. Who else is gonna have the money to build this thing? Bruce Wayne. No one else is gonna be able to build something.
Right, but I think Michael Keaton's portrayal of Bruce Wayne was kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
Christian Bale did a better job as being Bruce Wayne, but Christian Bale went over the top performance with a Batman, and you can't do that. You got to do Batman your way, and Michael Keaton just set the tone. And nobody thought that a comedic actor like Michael Keaton would become Batman. I mean, he was in Mr. Mom, and he was in Beetlejuice, and you never would think that he would be the star of Batman.
I mean, with every Batman, just like every movie, or if you do a sequel of it, you got to bring your own set of cards to the table.
Right, and that's why they continued the series with Batman Returns, but he did not return for Batman Forever because he didn't like how they wanted it to be a lighter tone, which we'll get to that in other reviews coming up here. But Kim Basinger being in this movie, I saw 9.5 Weeks with her, and if you don't know what that movie is, Campbell, it's about him. Remember the villain from Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
He's in it, and Kim Basinger's in it, and they fall in love, and they basically, Okay, 9.5 weeks of it. I like Kim Basinger as a sexy woman, but when she got into this movie, it was all, I'm worried about Bruce, I'm worried about Batman, blah 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 blah, and you can't do that in a.
Batman's gonna do his own thing.
Right, and the thing is, Nicholson's portrayal as the Joker, I like. I just didn't like the whole plot to it. It really ticked me off that Batman would, have to have a moment with the Joker saying, "You killed my parents," and he's saying, "You made me first," and blah 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 blah.
And too much storyline.
And I understand why the director wanted the Joker and Batman to have a kind of relation to each other,
connection.
But they shouldn't have done it that way. That kind of ruined the comics.
I think in that section, I think they were trying to more get the audience involved in what was happening.
Right, and
I mean,
but
you don't just jump into something. You gotta, like, step by step by step, but they just went overboard with it.
right, and again, but I'm going to say this, it wasn't quite Batman.
Mm-mm.
None of the Batmans have really been quite Batman. Even Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, it hasn't been quite Batman.
It seems kind of like they're following like a baseline, like a script.
Right.
But
the thing is,
they don't bring their own zazz.
right. But
to the
Tim
table.
Burton's version of Batman wasn't really that good.
Mm-mm.
Schumacher, when he took over for Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, that wasn't good at all. And then Nolan had his own story arc, and it was good, but it wasn't Batman.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Zack Snyder's DC Universe, there hasn't been a movie that's quite Batman. You've had the 60s campy version, you've had the dark 1989 and 1992 version, you've had the lighter 95 and 97 version.
I personally think like the newer versions have more action than that one.
Well, which one are you talking about? You talking about Batman v Superman?
With Bane in it.
Oh, so you're talking about the Nolan ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I totally agree, but the thing is with the Nolan ones is, the Nolan ones keep you going, but at the same time, it's a 3 film story arc that is supposed to wrap after the one, and you just can't do that, in my opinion. I think if Heath Ledger was still alive, it could have been a lot better. But again, with this film, I'm gonna have to give the film probably a
3.5.
Wow, a 3.5 out of 10. Wow, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, probably a 7. It's good. Michael Keaton's portrayal, I always think of Michael Keaton as Batman, just as I think Christopher Reeve is Superman. And I don't see Nicholson as the full Joker, but the story arc in this was kind of out of control, and it should have been a lot better. Other than that, yeah, the love interest didn't really get me going. Kim Basinger, she shouldn't really have been in this movie. All the other cast. Commissioner Gordon was good. Michael Goff as Alfred was good. I mean, it was just the story arc, and Tim Burton's direction was not in my liking.
I'd probably give it like a 4.5. I mean, because they're trying to throw too many things into like one movie,
right?
Like love interests, like his backstory, all this stuff. Like, just stick to a basic line, bring your own things to the table, set your own tone, and just play with it. I mean, don't just follow a basic set of story guides. I mean, it kind of sounds like they're like have this whole layout and they got to build around it. They're not building their own thing.
Which, of course, they made the story arc a little bit more better in Batman Returns, and they had better characters in Returns, which we'll get to in a review probably when we hit Germany. But we wanted to do this now because we thought, okay, this is cool. We could do this in a London airport, and we can just get done and over with.
I mean, we got time. We got another hour in London. So.
Exactly. So.
Give it to the fans.
Exactly. Jack, thank you for reviewing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
Please keep subscribing, keep liking my channel, and if you want to see more of this guy, well, keep watching my videos, because he might not be the best color commentator when it comes to movies, but he sure knows. But he knows what he's talking about sometimes. So keep liking my videos. Keep viewing them. It's more about the views, because I want people to know how I feel about movies and films. And I'm starting with, classic superhero films, and I will definitely be going off and getting into more of other things.
Down below, review on what you think, and give us your feedback.
Exactly. Which, I always like feedback, and, if you have something to disagree with, say it.
Voice your opinion.
Voice your opinion. But anyways, this has been the review of Batman 1989. Batman Returns will probably be done in about a couple of days. We don't know. We're probably going to be drinking at the bar here soon. So
I mean, we got 2 weeks. We're going to review a lot.
We're going to review a lot. So thanks for having us, and we'll see you in a couple more days.